else. Jevin Sneed needs to get off to a quick start.
And there's that quick high percentage pass as he throws it a flat. Dexter McCluster, and one of their finest openings of the season. Little draw play. McCluster busted up the middle. Touchdown, Rebels! The opening drive, 60 yards, 4 plays, 1:31 off the clock, and the Seas opened up for McCluster. Ole Miss on top here in Oxford by 7.
Great points.
Again, shotgun for Sneed. High percentage passes. Again, McCluster loves to have the open space and does so many plays in this game. So far, McCluster is making big plays after big play. That's a beautiful cut. But Tennessee pursues up front and chops McCluster down. Start with a 4-play drive, 60 yards. McCluster from 15 yards out to take the lead. McCluster tries to hug.
Lined up at fullback, he's going to shoot right out to the flat, and you're going to see Dexter McCluster come up here and chop the big defensive end right there. Get his hands down. That allows. You can see him a little bit better when he's got that height out there.
McCluster makes that cut, 40, 45, 50, and then.
Well, Dexter McCluster just the opposite. He's so small that he gets hidden behind some of those big blockers, and it's hard to see him. And if you the bottom to the right-hand side of the screen.
7th play of this drive. McCluster turns the corner, 10, 5, dives, touchdown, Ole Miss! 7 plays, 73 yards, and Ole Miss leads Tennessee 14-7.
A chance to get to the edge, and once he gets there, it's a thing of beauty for Ole Miss. He knows the crushing loss to South Carolina and the humiliating loss to Alabama.
McCluster.
Tim had to throw that Notre Dame.
Yes, he did.
I think that was a jab.
McCluster dancing, maybe a yard up to the 41-yard.
The opportunity.
Sneed, 6'3", 220, junior out of Stephenville, Texas. The first down just inside Tennessee territory. Look at that, stop and go. Around the corner comes McCluster at the 40 and runs out.
In the backfield, Dexter McCluster is by right, stopped right there. That's Wes Brown right there. Ready to, actually, excuse me, that's Chris Walker, number 84. Had him in the backfield, but Dexter McCluster showed his ability to stop and
off a 45-yard touchdown. Again, the direct snap.
It's the same play they scored on earlier.
McCluster, 10-5, touchdown, Ole Miss!
Number 22.
Carries for McCluster, 126 yards, 3 touchdowns. We're still in the first half with 6:59 to play. McCluster makes it 21-14 Ole Miss, and CBS Sports coverage of the Home Depot SEC will continue after this word from your local station.
2 times in a row, the exact same play. They moved Jonathan Jerry into right guard. He pulls around the left edge. Number 77 right there, burying the defensive end. Gets Andy Harvin out in front of him, and then Dexter McCluster does the rest. This is the Tennessee on his defensive staff.
Sneed the handoff, McCluster.
You know what's so hard to control and to measure with McCluster? You see how he takes off running one way and gets the whole flow going one way, and then he has designed cutback plays that Tennessee has no answer for at this point.
3 wideouts loaded up to the right side. Sneed in the pocket, throws a dart up and climbing the ladder.
It's kind of a short, little ineffective punt, giving Ole Miss the ball at the 40-yard line. And the Wild Rebel again, there's Dexter McCluster.
He's hopping, he's skipping, breaks the tackle 30 at the 25, and high flies to the 20.
Absolutely incredibly fun to watch play football. I mean, look at him flying around out there, whoop, up and over. He just makes you hold your breath every time he gets the football in his hands. I'll tell you plays, but it's going to be in college football for a long time.
Randy in motion. McCluster. Factor as we're just over a minute to play in the first half.
Well, you don't see it happen too often where this Dexter McCluster.
The lone back, Sneed under center. Play action pass over the top. That ball is batted down in the third quarter. First offensive series here for Ole Miss to start the second half. They swing it out to the flat. Guess who? McCluster with running room. Little stop and go, picks up an extra 3 or 4 yards on that.
Years Be a fun game to watch later on.
In motion, Jesse Grandin. And nothing fancy, up to around the 42. All right, Timmy, thanks for the John Hancock update. As we're back here in Oxford with a stiff arm, outside goes the speedy Dexter McCluster. Touch for Dexter McCluster here in this ball game. Make it 21 as he slides past the 35 up.
Hadn't seen in a while.
You know, he says I call him coach. He's talking about Lane, and he calls me dad. McCluster inside.
Try and find creative ways to get the ball to Dexter McCluster.
Calls his number, drives, and spins out of a tackle inside the 10-yard line. And McCluster is pulled down by Dan Williams at the 7-yard line.
Good solid tackle by Dan Williams. McCluster, you can see him trying to slash back across the field, but Dan Williams has different ideas.
First and goal. Snead, pitch out. McCluster has room. Okay, turn the corner, makes a stutter step, puts a hand down, and is then tackled down at the 1. Can you believe?
Option by Jevan Snead. You're going to see him going down the right side, trying to take it as far as he can. Give it to Dexter McCluster on the edge, and this play should be over right there. That was Eric Berry missing a tackle. Then a good solid hit by 2 or 3 Tennessee Volunteers, but Dexter McCluster says the team is controlling the ball, converting third downs, and keeping them off the field.
Breakaway, McCluster, watch out, 50, at the 40, McCluster, one man to beat, cuts, 20, 15, 10, McCluster, goodbye, touchdown! You have to see it to believe it. 71 yards, weaving his way through Tennessee. He heads to this far sideline, sees a gap, cuts it back, and goes 71 yards.
And just making it look easy.
What a day. 4 touchdowns for McCluster. And Ole Miss 35, Tennessee 17 on CBS.
Yep, there's a pattern. That's a third at least this year. And that ball never got out, as we said. Pretty easy block for Kentrell Lockett.
McCluster, the tailback in his I formation. McCluster stops and goes. And Tennessee shuts down the motor at the today. I thought McCluster may be done, but he's back on the field wanting more. Cuts it back inside. Still on his feet. It's amazing the balance this young man shows every time he touches the football. I thought he was down around the 24.
Montori Hughes is a huge defensive lineman that wrapped him up, and that what you were just talking about, Craig. McCluster limping a little bit there. That is the last thing that Houston Nutt wanted to see. But
well, you wonder why they even threw him back in. And this just builds confidence for next week's home game against LSU. McCluster back in, breaks a tackle inside the 5-yard line. Well, the kid goes.
Talked about it. He tells Coach Nutt he can handle the beating. He can take it 30-plus carries. He wants to show Houston Nutt he can do it.
That's 25.
That's 25. Houston's giving him a chance. They just pulled him out right here.